Alright, welcome to Learning Plan 3, and we're going to be doing your first transcript for this learning plan, so please make sure you watch the whole video so you get a good understanding of what we'll be doing with this transcript. We're going to be covering Chapter 4 in this section, Invitational Skills, so here we go. Alright, key concepts. We're going to be discussing invitational skills, and there are two types of invitational skills that we're going to be covering in this course, and that's nonverbals and opening skills. Nonverbal communication is very, very important, and you want to make sure that you know what your nonverbal communication is, especially in the transcripts, because you're going to be expected to note that in your transcript, in your paragraph, and in the actual transcript itself. So you want to pay attention to your eye contact and body positioning, voice tone, attentive silence, things like that. Um, if you're meeting one-on-one with your client and you are both facing each other and you have your feet towards the door, that can convey that you're not interested in the conversation and that you want to get out of the room. If your eye contact isn't good and solid with the client and you're looking at your watch or looking around the room, that conveys that you're not interested in what the client has to say, and more than likely they're going to shut down and not give you any more information. So it's very important to note mentally what your nonverbal communication is and what it's conveying. All right, and believe it or not, a silence is a good thing in some cases. So you'll read about attentive silence as well and when to use it when it's appropriate. Opening skills. You're going to work on door openers, minimal encouragers, closed and open questions. So door openers, obviously they open the door for communication, open the door for the client to share information about his or her concerns or challenges that they're facing. Minimal encouragers kind of tell the client to continue on, like you're interested in what they're saying and you want to hear more. And as you read the text, you'll find out what some of those minimal encouragers are and how to use those appropriately. Closed and open questions. You're going to be learning how to use those effectively. And once we get into using reflecting skills, we'll go over when it's more appropriate to use reflecting skills versus closed and open questions. All right, then we have the PowerPoint, and here are the requirements for the first transcript. Okay, it's important to know that your transcript is an audio recording. It's not video. I don't want you to submit your audio recordings to me. I don't want you to submit your video recordings to me. You're going to record yourself, and then you're going to type out verbatim what took place in the conversation. All right, so let's go through some of these documents here. All right, the first one we're going to discuss is the performance assessment task, and this is going to tell you the competencies that should be covered in this transcript and how you're going to be graded. You have the scoring guide, so you have it right here in front of you. There should be no excuse why you can't hit every single one of these and use all these skills. You need to cover HIPAA, you need to cover mandated reporting, which is covered in your text. You want to make sure that you are noting in the comment section your eye contact, your body position, your voice tone, your facial expressions. It's very important that you note that because you will lose points if they're not noted. And as you progress to more and more transcripts, there are 4 total in this course, if you miss doing these initial skills, you lose more points as we go along because this is kind of the foundation building blocks here. You're going to be using door openers, minimal encouragers, closed and open questions here. And that's pretty much it for the skills that you have to know for transcript number 1. There's also a paragraph associated with it, so you want to make sure you're answering all these questions down here and that your transcript is at least 5 minutes in length and you have a beginning and ending time, and that your paragraph reflection is free of spelling and grammar errors. Alright, so it's right here for you, exactly what you need to do. And if you have questions about it, I highly encourage you to use the Q&A forum in the discussion boards, and hopefully we can answer each other's questions, and I'll jump in there too as needed. Okay, this is a sample transcript of what it will look like. So you're going to audio record yourself, and then you're going to type out exactly what took place. All right, you have H1, which is helper. the skill you used, open question, and any comments. So if there's something you could have done better, then you can note that in the comment section along with any nonverbals. All right. And this is the format, or the form that you're going to be using to do this transcript. Transcript number 1, the date of your session, start and end time, responses, the skill you used, and the comments. So you're just going to label them as you go down: H1, C1, H2 for, for helper, client, H3, C3, H4, C4, and on and on and on. And those kind of help me keep track of the conversation if I want to reference a certain maybe question that you asked, or encourager that I want to say great job on that, or reflection or whatnot. Then I can use those as reference points. All right, so you're going to use that form. Again, please ask if something is unclear with the transcript, because as we move forward, these become worth more and more points, and by the end of the semester or the end of the term, the final transcript is worth 100 points. So you want to make sure that you understand these basic principles before we move forward. Okay, then we have the discussion board here. All right. By now you should be experts in this and following the grading rubric and having some great discussions about the different prompts here. All right. And then you also have the journal starter for chapter 4. So you're going to choose either 1 or 2, number 1 or number 2, and follow the directions. Number 1 is 3 paragraphs. Number 2 is at least 7 paragraphs. All right, and then you're going to end your journal with 3 good things that happened to you during the week. And then you're going to submit your transcript. So when it's ready to go, here's some directions down here for you to follow. You're just going to click on this, and it's going to take you to the submission page, and you're going to upload it and submit it. Please only submit it once. Occasionally people will submit it 2 or 3 times because they forgot to add something or forgot to add their paragraph. I am discouraging you from doing that because it makes grading a little more difficult. But if it means a difference between earning a good grade and a bad grade, then by all means do it. But try to avoid doing that. Make sure you double check for grammar, making sure you check that you have everything completed before you submit it. All right, so that is learning plan number 3. Please contact me with any questions. This transcript is worth 25 points. Like I said before, as we progress, they will become worth more and more points as we add different skills. With this first session, just try and relax, be yourself with your clients, and just have a conversation with them. We're not trying to solve world hunger or solve this person's problem in one day. All we're doing is opening up the conversation. We're trying to build some positive rapport with them, and hopefully get them to open up about maybe some issues or challenges that are going on in their life. If there's nothing really going on, then just have a conversation about what's going right and encourage them and support them. And there's nothing wrong with that either. So, I try and have fun with this. It can be kind of stressful, especially if this is your first time working with a client-helper type of relationship. But just know this is just a conversation. You're just having a conversation. You want to keep the scoring guide next to you if you're able to. If it's too distracting, then just try and memorize what you need to accomplish. When you open up the session, you want to open up with the HIPAA and mandated reporting. And then you want to move into a door opener saying, what's going on? What brings you here? And then use minimal encouragers to help the clients give you more information. Use the open and close questions to help get some more information. And you're going to note what your body language is during the session. And that's it for this first one. So it's pretty easy. You just have to make sure you understand what's going on with the transcript and what's expected, and just have conversation, have fun. All right. Again, if you have any questions,